This webinar provides an introduction to green mortgages. We're going to cover 4 aspects of green mortgages, starting firstly with what green mortgages are, looking at how they differ from conventional mortgage loans, why they're attractive to homeowners and lenders, and how political developments at a national and global level are driving innovation in green mortgages. Secondly, we'll consider how green mortgages are regulated. What support is already in place for green mortgages under the current regulatory regime, and what opportunities there are for the government to introduce further regulatory support in order to encourage growth in the green mortgage market. Thirdly, we'll discuss the customer-facing documentation which is used by mortgage lenders to originate or write new green mortgages, including practical tips for developing good legal documentation for green mortgages. Finally, we'll cover the financing structures which are used by mortgage lenders to fund green mortgages, drawing on recent developments in the UK capital markets. There are a few practical points to note on the funding arrangements for green mortgages. With the exception of funding by way of bank deposits or unsecured notes, most funding structures involve a beneficial sale of mortgages. It's therefore critical that the mortgage terms and conditions permit the lender to transfer its rights under the mortgage agreement. Funders will conduct due diligence on a mortgage lender's internal processes and customer-facing documentation before committing to fund. So those processes and documentation need to be sufficiently robust to withstand the scrutiny of a third party. Good record keeping will make the due diligence exercise run more smoothly. If the chosen funding method involves the issuance of green bonds, the mortgage lender may have to supply periodic reports to investors on how the proceeds of those green bonds have been used. The mortgage lender may need to develop new internal systems to deliver those investor reports. The lender may also want to develop a green bond framework and engage an external review provider to issue a second-party opinion, independently verifying compliance with any market standards which are being adopted, such as the Green Bond Principles. Having a clear funding strategy in advance of launching a green mortgage product means a mortgage lender can develop the product in parallel with the funding arrangements and avoid the need to change the product at a later date to meet a funder's preferences.